Are you tired of feeling tired? Are you struggling with vitality? Or does your body just not feel great? Join today's hosts Monique Bradley and registered naturopath Lynette Hill to talk about your health. It's Health Bites, bite-sized pieces of health and wellness information so you can own your health.
Kia ora, good evening. Welcome to today's Health Bite. I'm Monique Bradley and I'm here at the Allfix TV studio with Lynette Hill, registered naturopath and clinical director or clinical owner of My Remedy in Browns Bay. How are you going tonight?
I'm good, thanks, Monique.
Now, I know tonight's topic is one of your absolute favourites, so let's take a look at what tonight's topic is all about. Almost there. It's something you might get a little bit of an indication from the foods that are on the front of the bench tonight. And the topic is vitamin C. Now, this to me seems like something, people talk about all the time. And I've heard you talk often about why people need more vitamin C in their diet. But I thought tonight, let's really focus on it. What is vitamin C?
So vitamin C is just basically an essential vitamin that's found in so many of the fruits and veggies that we eat, and it's absolutely necessary for just loads of functions in our body, and we don't make it. So
I was going to ask that because I know our bodies produce a lot of the vitamins and minerals or the amino acids and things that we need, but this is kind of different, right?
Yes, that's right. So we make it like our body's kind of like a chemist shop, and we can put everything together and make something happen, but with vitamin C we just need to consume it.
Ah, very cool. So there's lots of different ways you can consume it, and we're going to talk about those different options in tonight's live stream. First of all, hi to Judy Cranston who's watching this evening. And by the way, if you guys have got any questions while we're live, we're only live for a short period of time tonight, please feel free to message in, say hi, ask any questions about your health. In particular, you may be interested in asking questions tonight around immunity, because vitamin C is one of those things that can really help with your immunity. Is that right?
Absolutely. And it's one of those contentious subjects where some people say it does and some people say it doesn't. But as a naturopath, I find when people have a diet high in vitamin C, they usually have a good immune response. And sometimes if they need a little bit more, we'll supplement with some really good vitamin C. And we see the results. So the proof is in the pudding for me.
Absolutely. Now, my understanding of naturopathy and natural medicine is that a lot of what you've been trained in is actually based in science. So you're taking all your science expertise and background into account when you're talking about vitamin C?
Absolutely. I mean, we're always looking at studies and there's no proof that vitamin C will cure a cold. So this is the latest thing that's come out in the media. So what people can tend to do is go, oh, well, if there's no proof, I won't have it. But we know that if you have no vitamin C in your diet, you're going to have poor circulation and, less resistance to colds. So it may not be that we can prove that it cures a cold, but certainly as a naturopath, if you look at what ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C, does, we know that it supports the immune response. We know that it's involved in white blood cell production and actually enhancing their action. So we know these things even though we can't prove that it cures a cold.
And of course, if we think back to what our mothers, our grandmothers, our great-grandmothers always recommended, going back to real food or going back to natural medicine is what they were about. I know being Māori, my family are practitioners of rongoa Māori, going back to the natural environment for our healing opportunities and adding herbs or natural minerals or whatever is actually available in our environment to help us heal. Well, that goes back thousands of years, doesn't it? Particularly with naturopathy.
Right. And I was saying before, isn't nature wonderful that it highlights what's good for you? It's bright and shiny and it just looks healthy. So nature's got all the answers. Sometimes we just need to actually look for them.
I totally agree. Well, tonight we're going to talk about some of the benefits of vitamin C if you add it to your diet. And some of these topics or some of these ideas may actually surprise you as much as it surprised me. So let's take a look at that right now. First of all, let's check out the foods that contain vitamin C. So talk us through this list, Lynette.
Well, it's really interesting. You can see oranges there and everyone goes, oranges are good, and orange, you're glad that you've got an orange in your bowl.
Nice one.
And oranges definitely do have some vitamin C, but you want to be looking at one that's on the tree and really orange, not one that's necessarily been, ripened in a shed somewhere. So it may not have as much vitamin C as you would imagine. Other great sources are anything red, anything green, kiwi fruits, peppers. They are absolutely packed with vitamin C. Artichokes, that's not on there.
I was really surprised at this list because things that were really amazing: broccoli, cauliflower amazed me, potatoes are loaded with vitamin C.
That's right, and other minerals and other cofactors that we need in our body as well. So we should be able to, if we have a very whole food, particularly if it's fresh or non-sprayed or organic fruit and veggies, we should be able to get our recommended daily dose really easily.
I totally agree. And I think what's lovely at this time of year, particularly in New Zealand, is the fact that a lot of people are wanting warming winter vegetables and winter soups, which of course are loaded with pumpkin and kumara. Tomatoes, of course, canned tomatoes are a great source of vitamin C. Carrots, absolutely. And you're not only eating something that you're kind of craving at the colder time of the year, this is what your body needs to really support the immune system. So I really want to know, because a lot of people have talked, vitamin C does support the immune system. How does that actually happen?
Okay, so probably the best example is to use HemoView, which is what I use in clinic, where we look at a little bit of blood under a microscope and I look at the neutrophils. So neutrophils are big white blood cells that sit on your screen. And when someone's getting sick, I can always tell because there will be about 3 times the number of neutrophils that I'd expect to see. And I'll often say, how are you feeling? Yeah, and they'll often be a bit scratchy in their throat. I think you had that experience.
That's right. The first time I had HemoView as well with you, and you said to me, either you've just been sick or you're about to get sick. And I said, what do you mean?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that was the reason.
So a lot of those people will say, well, look, I'm feeling sick, and whenever I get sick, I can't get over it. And I'll say, well, what do you do? Do you have some vitamin C? And they go, oh yeah, I already have vitamin C in my diet. But if you've got 3 times the amount of white blood cells, you need 3 times the amount of vitamin C.
Gotcha.
So it activates those cells and it also helps build those cells.
Wow, that's truly amazing. Well, I know for a fact that vitamin C is often used in facials as it's loaded with antioxidants which fight the free radicals that cause premature aging. But we're going to take a look at some of the other things that vitamin C can actually do. So it's an antioxidant. Of course, we know it's a vitamin. Check out that list, Lynette. It's truly amazing.
So antioxidants really important, and we are facing a lot of pollution, particularly if we're polluting ourselves with cigarettes, for example.
Of course.
Per cigarette, you're needing about 300 milligrams of vitamin C to counter that. So that's really a vitamin C tablet from the store.
Yeah.
And so that's an investment that you should make. If you give up smoking, you won't need to make it.
So true, so true.
Antioxidant, you mentioned it's really good for wound healing at the skin level. So just imagine all of those tissues on the inside that need those antioxidants too. So it's supporting our veins, it's supporting cardiovascular health. It's an important building block. So if you're wanting really healthy skin, you need silica, you need vitamin C, you need biotin, you need other things in there.
That's incredible. Now, what is a quintessential enzyme cofactor?
That means it is absolutely essential to have vitamin C with iron in order to get that iron uptake.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. In fact, when I had to take iron tablets some years ago, I heard the doctor told me I needed to drink orange juice with it.
Yeah, that's right.
To absorb it.
And you do need to be careful, particularly with hemochromatosis, for example, where people have too much iron, that we don't go overboard with vitamin C, because you will be absorbing everything instead of getting rid of it. Wow. So you can have too much vitamin C as well, but pretty hard to do in the natural form. I'd be really cautious about how much vitamin C you have long term in the supplemental form.
And this was actually going to be my next question, is which is the best way to get your vitamin C? So the things I've learned over the last week is that you actually get more vitamin C from strawberries than you do from an orange. And I always think vitamin C is an orange, right? So obviously, things like the cauliflower here, kiwi fruit down the bottom, these gorgeous oranges, which absolutely look fantastic. You mentioned capsicums before. parsley really surprised me, Lynette. I had no idea.
Herbs are a real powerhouse of vitamin C.
And I've got a big container actually here of frozen berries, which I always keep in my freezer because I personally can't have a lot of citrus fruit because I'm prone to getting hives.
Yes.
But I can have berries, which are also low carb, better for me. And I'm better to make a berry smoothie or something like that.
That's right. And you can
up.
also put a handful of herbs in there. You can put mint. Mint is beautiful with everything, and it's really trendy at the moment.
Right.
But mint and berries is beautiful. And any herb, any of those little small green leaves are loaded with vitamin C and also often iron. So
so they work together. I love that. I love that. So if you're not getting all of your nutrients from food, so say you can't eat the amount of required vitamin C that you need, especially if you need 3 times the amount to help support your immune system. You've got some products over here that you also recommend?
I do. So there's lots of different forms, and everyone will argue that theirs is the best, and I have a favourite.
Of course.
So I thought I'll just show you a couple of forms of it. So, I mean, I think the best form is in your diet, but when you need some more, some people get really upset stomachs. So I don't have a sample of SA, which is sodium ascorbate here.
Right.
But that is basically, a salt form of vitamin C.
Okay.
And people tend to take that in a dose till they reach spill point, which is diarrhea.
Oh, right.
And some people swear
goodness.
by that and say, when I get to that spill point, then I'm better. Other people get to that spill point so soon that I don't believe that it's, they're getting the results of the vitamin
the gut
C
as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So
Right.
if that doesn't work for you and you actually can't get better before you hit spill point, a buffered C. If you see a buffered C, we know it's really gentle on the gut, and that's really quite
So
important.
for people who have gastrointestinal challenges or IBS, that you want to look for something that's a bit
something
buffered.
that's gentle and gentle on the gut, or a liposomal form where the vitamin C is delivered in a liposomal form, so it's inside the complex that will take it and help you absorb it easily. So that's really lipospheric C is very popular, and it's a very gentle delivery method and very effective. I personally go for a real bog standard vitamin C in clinic. This is my go-to favorite. For a lot of reasons, it's really economic and it's really active, and it's made from fruit.
Oh, we like that.
Who would have thought, right?
Let food be thy medicine. That's what they say, right?
Yeah. And that's my coming back to condensed nutrients. They get it in your fruit and veggies, but sometimes you need it in a capsule that's providing a big whack, 500 milligrams, or if you're feeling a wee bit sick, you can have 2 or 3 or 4 to get a huge dose and get those immune cells singing.
I think that's great. Now, I do know for a fact that that product is loaded onto your web shop. So most of the products that Lynette talks about are practitioner only. So to be able to get access to some of the items that we do talk about, you do need to see one of her team. However, this one is available for purchase. You'll see that if you head to her website, and our producer Pete has just actually shared the link onto each of the Facebook pages, so you can get access to that and have that ordered. This is way better than anything you'll get in the supermarkets or any of your chemists or anything like this. This is practitioner grade. So Lynette wouldn't stock anything unless it was going to be super good for you. Now, just from the newsfeed, hi Raja watching over in Kashmir. He's got a quick question. Cigarette, 300 milligrams for 1 cigarette. How about for 5, he said?
Well, do your maths. It's basically, what is that? 1,500 milligrams, which is a really high dose, isn't it?
I was going to say that, yeah, I heard 1,000 milligrams a day is quite a high, intense, potent amount of vitamin C, which I would normally take through. I've got powders and things like that, which you can add to water and things, but that seems like a huge amount. But that's to counteract what's going on. I think that's just
showing the impact of the oxidation and the stress that you get when you're putting those chemicals into your body. So it's not that we're recommending that you have a cigarette and go off and have vitamin C. It's just saying sometimes your need for vitamin C is very, very high.
So there you have it. And remember too, we can't do any sort of diagnosis while we're live here during our shows, but thank you. We do appreciate all those questions that do come in during the live feeds. We're excited to have you guys with us. Well, Lynette, there we go. That is tonight's Health Bite. Vitamin C is one of the best things you can add to your toolkit toolkit being food that you ingest or beautiful products like these, which are really going to help sort you out. Whether it's winter or summer in your part of the world, there is no better time to add vitamin C to your diet than right now. Whether you want to add it because you want to support your immune or to fight the free radicals that do all sorts of damage from, well, you know what free radicals do, even down to anti-aging. You can start that journey right now by simply letting food be thy medicine. Any final thoughts for this week's show?
If you feel like a cold is coming on, if you've got a scratch in your throat or you think that you're coming down with something, just try a really high dose vitamin C 2 or 3 times that day and just see if you can activate that immune response and see how that goes.
Oh, I love that. That's a great tip. We'll also share that onto the news feeds of whichever page that you're watching from tonight, because I think that's a really good one. Awesome.
That's
nice
a good
work.
idea.
Now, for the month of July, if you are interested in popping in and chatting with one of the team, or if you are out of Auckland and you'd like to do a Skype consultation, the team at My Remedy are offering a very special offer for July. All you need to do is get in contact with them. Email health@myremedy.co.nz. Oh, excuse me. And for the month of July, what will they receive, Lynette?
Some vitamin C for you. They'll receive a $20 discount on their first appointment.
That's such a great offer. And remember too that vitamin C product is available on their website, myremedy.co.nz. Time for us to head away. Thanks guys for watching. Great to see you all. And thanks Lynette for joining me in the studio. And remember, there is no better time to start than right now when it comes to looking after your health. Time to head away.
See you
I need
later.
some vitamin C. Oh, excuse me. See you next time.